Good morning, everybody. It is April 2nd. Greg Schleter here, post run walk off. More consequentially, it is Good Friday. I want to share a short story here that was prominent in the early church about a woman named Photini. She was one of the most formidable evangelists. So solid in her faith was she that she challenged the Christian killer Nero. She literally would not wait for them to come to her. She went with her son Joseph and her sisters to the very courts of Nero and had the audacity to convert him, to introduce him to Jesus. He ordered to have her and her companions beat. Their hands were bound, and for 3 hours changing tortures every hour they beat their hands, but their hands were not hurt, nor did they experience any kind of pain. Then he ordered his daughter and maiden companions to spend time with them in what he called kind of a gold room and tempt them with all kinds of luxuries and riches. In a short period of time, Nero's daughter was converted to Christianity and baptized. Of course, after many other indignities and tortures and such, none of which were having an effect, she was praying for the grace of martyrdom, praying for the grace to go home. Thrown into prison, though, and for a long period of time, and people come far and wide to her. It became known as a kind of place of conversion, a place of transformation. People were coming far and wide to hear her give testimony to this man who was God and took on form, flesh and blood, and died for us. We profess Jesus. We may live a fairly ethical life. We repent when we fall short. But think about a glass of water. It can be 99% water, but if one drop of poison goes in there, right? Who's going to drink the water? And this woman seemed to be so all in for Christ. The question might be, how did that happen? Photini is the name of the woman, and she is none other than the woman at the well in John's Gospel, chapter 4. The woman whom Jesus approaches, she's a Samaritan woman. Back then, men didn't talk to women, much less a Samaritan, a half-breed. And he tells her at this Jacob's well, this ancient symbol of life and vitality at this place by himself, he tells her that worship will no longer be on this mountain or that. There's a time coming in is now when we will worship in spirit and in truth. Both of those words significant. It's not just this heart-filled sense of connection to God that flows through us. It's also the definition, the truth, the banks of that river that hold that river. So it's picture the river, a raging rapids. Anyways, Jesus communicated that to her and then took it further. He personalized it. He said, go get your husband. And she says, of course, I have no husband. And he looks into her life because he knows her, he created her. And he says, of course, you've had 5 husbands. And the man you're living with is not your husband. Well, she is so moved, so stirred, so hungry. Are we hungry for Christ? Out of our depths of trying to fill that hole with everything else, she was moved. She found the provision for her poverty. And she asks him to come back to her village. And reluctantly he goes and stays for a few days. And so moved are those seeds planted in her and cultivated that it transforms her life. Well, we're in the Triduum right now, these 3 days. And whenever you see this, it could be the beginning point of hearing Jesus speak into your life, to know every poverty and to offer himself as the provision, those streams of living water. So praise Jesus. I love you, Jesus. Help us to love you more and live for you fully and completely. God bless you all, and join us this summer. Check out prayerplace.us. Prayerplace.us. We just want to love. We want to bring God's love to everybody and anybody. So you'll check it out. We're going to go to different parks with an awesome group of people seeking God's grace and to be his loving presence to others. Just seeking to be God's loving presence to others. Prayerplace.us. God bless you.